welcome to Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will review the new film which is about the dangers of AI called Afraid. Afraid is about the perils of artificial intelligence and what could possibly happen when everyone and everything is connected to the grid. The grid, of course, being the internet. Given the role of information and particularly social media plays in our lives today, the reminder couldn't be timelier. Without any AI controlling them, people are killing themselves trying to take pictures in risky places. How social media also affects mental health is another subject altogether. The film is far from perfect as far as the screenplay goes. It is just 85 minutes long and could have done with some more detailing. But by the end of it, the message is loud and clear. There is no escaping technology and the increasing role that it is playing in our daily lives. Some for the better, but probably more for the worse. The idea of machines and central intelligence units taking over our lives has been dealt with in several movies, whether in the form of action in the Terminator franchise or Kubrick's classic 2001 A Space Odyssey. Interestingly, HAL finds a reference in Afraid. In fact, Fritz Lang's Metropolis, which was made back in 1927, also had a robot. While the premise of Afraid is engaging, the execution is just a bit lazy at times. At just 85 minutes, there was ample scope for the film to thrash out more details. The latter half particularly looks a bit hurried as it tries to wind up the proceedings. John Cho plays Curtis, a family man with a wife and 3 kids. His exact profession is not clear, but he works for a company that has something to do with tech and his boss has full faith in him. Very reluctantly, he allows an Alexa-like device to be installed at home for testing. The device is called Aya and it can do everything that Alexa can and much more. Like helping Curtis's wife Meredith with bills and her PhD thesis and becoming friends with their sons Cal and Preston and also their daughter Iris. But when Iris gets into trouble because of a deepfake video, Aya decides to resolve the issue on his own without Iris's consent. There is also the other element, the owners of Aya who supposedly control the whole thing. Those scenes involving them and John are half-baked and fly in a tizzy. Also, the idea of Curtis falling for an AI controller that looks like an expensive chandelier is a bit far-fetched given how smart he is otherwise. There is also a character named Melody who is controlled by Aya and works for the firm. Looks like she's one of the 3 employees who's testing out the digital assistant, which is very ambitious. But if you're willing to overlook those oddities, Afraid is a reasonably smooth ride. It is more about the horrors of technology than the ghosts that we see in horror movies, and it doesn't make its point in black and white. For instance, the kids are happy to live a disciplined life at Aya's insistence. It also helps Meredith with the task, but clearly even artificial intelligence doesn't like being disliked and can unleash havoc with the information that it has. The cast is serviceable with John Cho doing a fine job. Science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke formulated his famous 3 laws, of which the 3rd law says any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. If Clarke was around, he would have probably come up with the 4th law by now. Any sufficiently advanced technology can wreck your lives. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 stars for the new movie about AI. It's called Afraid. Well, that's what I thought of Afraid that was released this week. Do let us know what you think. And I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.